Hello, my friends. Today I am starting a new mini series on powerful communication. It is one of the topics that my clients have been hiring me to speak about. It's one of the trainings that I deliver in a series that I do for one of my partners, which is a 12-month training program. And it's also the number one leadership skills that we uncover during the research, the field study with 41 experts during my publishing of Healing Leadership, How to Lead, Love, and Thrive in Business and Life. This is an extremely important topic for many obvious reasons. Being able to communicate your ideas powerfully, to influence, engage, and create high-performing teams, to set the vision for your organization, to perform your role at work in the best way possible, to collaborate, to build trust, to do all the things we need to do in our lives, including our personal relationships. Communication is one of the biggest skills we can work to develop, to evolve and become better versions of who we are. So I hope that gave you some inspiration as to why this topic is important. And no matter what level you're at with your communication, there is always a next level. And I can tell you because since I began my speaking practice 7 years ago, I can look at videos from when I started and I look at videos of today, and they are day and night. They each have their own charm. And I call myself, I am work in progress, WIP. And so, yes, when I began, I was doing what I was doing back then based on what I knew. As Maya Angelou says, do what you can until you know better. Once you know better, do better. And that's what I've noticed. Today, I have a whole different set of skills. I've practiced. I try things that didn't work. I'm tweaking. I'm always trying something new, innovating. And the reason why I can do that is because over the last 20 plus years, I have been developing a growth mindset, which means that my skills can change, that I can improve, that whatever I do today is not fixed. I can always tweak that and pivot and try again. And so I'm inviting all of you, no matter where you are in the spectrum of your powerful speaking abilities and skills, to challenge yourself and see this challenge as an opportunity for growth as it relates to improving your communication skills. And if you feel that you are a great communicator one-on-one or in a small group, I'm going to challenge you to volunteer for doing speaking engagements that include a lot more people. One of my clients recently, who I'm working with, is working with me on how to speak to 100 plus people at work instead of only his team. And so for you, what is that level? Where are you in your speaking skill set? And let's push the envelope. Let's really kind of push the boundaries a little bit and get out of our comfort zone and assess, where do I want to take my communication to next? And then let's listen to these little motivating and transformational training on powerful communication from that perspective. This is our first video on powerful communication. So let me give you the first strategy that I'm going to share today in this brief training. The number one is to get uber clear on what is your why. What is your purpose? In my book, Healing Leadership, I talk about living with purpose. It's the second chapter in the book. So what is the reason why you are the messenger of the message that you're going to give? Why is it important to you? And notice that I never ask why questions unless I am asking, why is this important to you? That you communicate, that you share your voice, your opinion, your ideas, your vision, your mission, etc. Get clear on that why, so that whenever you're finding yourself going into the anxiety and the angst and the butterflies and the discomfort that sometimes comes up when we think about public speaking, that you remind yourself of your why. My why is that I have something valuable to contribute. I have a unique perspective, a unique background, from which I see the world. And I believe that it would influence a positive outcome if I inject my thoughts and my ideas into what we're planning to do. And whether it is what not to do. For example, I can inject my perspective about what didn't work, and that will help the team steer away from that going in that direction. And vice versa, I can also talk about what has worked. And that would influence the team to consider, hey, perhaps we can incorporate some of that in our idea to do XYZ. So that's what's important to me. That is the why. Sharing my voice, communicating. Also, connectedness is one of my strengths. It's to feel connected, to feel the sense of belonging. And when I speak and when I share what I'm thinking, it helps me connect to the people who I am surrounded with. And that's another reason why my why is important. And the last part of my why, as it relates to communicating powerfully, is that I believe that we're all here to help each other. I don't think that the only reason why I was put on this planet was to take. I get it, right? We definitely want to take care of ourselves and our well-being and make sure that our family is fine. And above and beyond that, I also believe that we are here to help each other. So when I communicate what I've been learning over the past 50 plus years with you, with my audience, that is part of my core value, to give back and to help others through my stories, through my journey, through my background, to overcome a challenge, to come out of a valley and find a solution, to become better versions of who we are. That to me is extremely important. That's part of my why. That's the reason why I feel that communicating to me is extremely important and valuable. So this is going to be strategy number one. Figure out your why. Why is it important to you to communicate and to communicate powerfully? And also, as part of my why is quite frankly, my livelihood, if I'm being honest. If I don't earn money to feed my son and myself, who's going to do it for me, right? So part of my why is to make a living. I make a living from coaching, mentoring, from training, from developing programs, from putting together retreats, all of those things that I enjoy doing tremendously. I'm number one, and as you know, a number one best-selling author. Those are things that are meaningful to me. That leverage my unique value proposition, and all of them entail communicating. So part of my livelihood, my marketable skills have to do with communication. So that's another reason why becoming a more powerful communicator is important to me too. And the way that I demonstrate that this why is so important to me is by putting actions behind my words. So it's one thing if I were to say to you, what is your why? And you say, what's important to me because I want to give back, because I want to have a livelihood, because I want to contribute my ideas. And then when I ask you, so what are you doing to improve your communication skills? And I get crickets. That means that if that's the answer, then we're not aligned, right? What you're saying about how important communication is and what you're doing about improving your communication is misaligned. And as a result, you're not potentially seeing the results you want because you're not devoting time to invest and bet on yourself as it relates to developing the skill of powerful communication. And so if you are indeed on board with the fact that communicating powerfully and being influential leader is important to you, then let's make sure that your actions reflect your commitment to your why. And that's strategy number one. All right. So a couple of questions for you. What is your why about communication? Why is it important for you to be a powerful communicator? And then how aligned are you between your why about communicating and your actions? And if the answer is that they're both aligned, awesome. If they're not, that's okay too. We give ourselves forgiveness. This is all about raising your self-awareness and then choosing. This is all about choice, what you want to do next. So if you choose to continue to develop your skill set around being a powerful and influential communicator, I have another video for you in store. So look for the next installment of this mini series on becoming a powerful communicator. And I will teach you strategy number 2 to becoming a powerful communicator. In the meantime, to connect with me, you can always visit me at callwithginny.com so we can sit down and have a chat about what is it that you want to evolve and how I can support you to do that in a way that's faster, better than if you were to do it by yourself and struggle and look for resources everywhere. I've already curated a lot of resources that I will make available to you immediately when we connect. Live with purpose, live with joy. I'll see you in the next training.